Forbidden romances are probably one of the most famous parts of Warrior Cats. Some of the best relationships in the entire series are forbidden romances, and honestly, I wouldn't want to get rid of those stories. But here's the problem. The Aarons have used this trope so many times, it doesn't feel special anymore. When I read the newer books, I see two cats from different clans talking. My first thought isn't, I wonder where this friendship is going. It's literally, they're probably going to fall in love. And that's why I think forbidden romances have gone from one of Warrior Cats' biggest strengths to one of its most repetitive storylines. Hi, my name is Shine, and this is my first analysis video after so long. So if you would like to see more content like this, please consider subscribing. Okay, so the early forbidden romances were amazing, and the reason that the early forbidden romances worked so well is because every one of them felt different. Take Graystripe and Silverstream. Their relationship wasn't just there to be cute. It tested Graystripe's loyalty, created tension between ThunderClan and RubberClan, and ended in one of the saddest deaths in the first arc. Their kids also became incredibly important later in the series. Then we have Bluestar and Oakheart. This romance completely changed Bluestar's life. She gave up her kids to become leader, and that one decision affected ThunderClan for generations. Without Bluestar and Oakheart, the first arc would have been completely different. Then there's Crowfeather and Feathertail. This relationship didn't last long, yeah, sure, but that's part of why it worked. It wasn't dragged out It wasn't dragged out over multiple books. Sorry, I messed that line up. I'm sorry. I'm reading from a script for once. So yay, I got a script. Anyway, Feathertail's sacrifice made it unforgettable, and Crowfeather carried that loss with him for the rest of his life. And finally, Leafpool and Crowfeather. Whether you love the ship or hate it, you can't deny how important it was. Their relationship gave us Jayfeather, Lionblaze, and Holyleaf, and it completely changed Leafpool's life as a medicine cat. It also raised interesting questions about whether the Warrior Code was always fair. Every one of these romances had huge consequences. They weren't just love stories, they shaped the entire series. So what changed? The problem is that the Aarons kept going back to the same idea. At first, forbidden romances were shocking because they were rare. Now they happen so often that they're expected. Whenever two cats from different clans spend time together, I always assume they're going to become a couple. That takes away the surprise. And because we've seen the same type of conflict so many times, the stories start feeling similar. The cats meet in secret, they had their relationship. Someone finds out, the clans get angry, the relationship causes problems. That formula has been repeated so often it doesn't hit as hard as it used to. I'm not saying every newer forbidden romance is bad. Like, can we talk about Bristlefrost and Rootspring? That romance was really good, and especially because it gave us one of the most tragic deaths ever. But I was expecting, for example, the newer series to actually, not give us a forbidden romance, and then we got Tawny and Crow. I know they're not official yet, but I'm sorry for everyone. I don't like this ship a lot. Sorry. Okay, anyway, back to the script. I'm sorry, that was so unscripted. I'm not saying every newer forbidden romance is bad. Oh shit, I already read that. Besides the point. Some are emotional, and plenty of fans love them. Like Root and Bristle, Gray and Silver, Blue and Oak. Well, I actually don't see many Blue and Oak fans out there, but hey, we're still gonna talk about it. Feather and Crow, Crow and who was it? Leaf and Crow. Like, we've seen so many that have become fan favorites. Look, I don't want forbidden romances to disappear forever. I just want them to feel special again. Instead of making every generation have another cross-clan romance, I love to see the Aarons focus on different kinds of conflicts, leadership struggles, rivalries, mysteries, and even friendships between clans. The one thing that made, for example, Briarwhite and Jayfeather, I know this is so off topic, but it made them special because the friendship was developed and everything. And that's why we were all so sad when Briarwhite died, and we saw so much emotion from Jayfeather. The early forbidden romances became classic because they were rare and because they changed the story forever. Graystripe and Silverstream, Bluestar and Oakheart, Crowfeather and Feathertail, Leafpool and Crowfeather, those couples are still remembered because they were just romances. They were major turning points in Warrior Cats. If the series wants forbidden romances to feel exciting again, I think the best thing they can do is use them less. But that's just my opinion. Do you agree, or do you think forbidden romances should continue being a major part of the series? Let me know in the comments, and thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. So, goodbye everyone.